I've never seen a flying squirrel in person, but I would love to see one. This one looks like hair, doesn't it? Or eyelashes. Hello, I'm Tarneshia Evans, and welcome to our virtual story time here at Lois Ehlert Botanical Garden. Today, I'll be reading Nuts to You by Lois Ehlert, right under this beautiful Darlington oak tree. So why do you think I'm reading our story under this Darlington oak tree? What do you see on the cover of our book? Do you see an animal? Do you see a squirrel? Yes, there's a squirrel inside this circle. What is this squirrel doing? That's inside the circle. Is he eating something? Yes, he's eating something. He's eating a peanut. What else do squirrels like to eat? What do they love to eat the most, do you think? Did you say acorns? You're absolutely right. Acorns. And where do acorns grow? Do you know? Acorns grow on oak trees. So that is why I chose to read Nuts to You by Lois Ehlert right here under this Darlington oak tree. Maybe we're lucky we'll see some squirrels today. Are you ready for the story? Let's go. See that squirrel in our tree? I think he'd rather live with me. I'll wait a while. He could be shy, or maybe he likes it way up high. Take a look at this address, guys. It says Lakeside Apartments. Did you know Lois Ehlert's address is Lakeside Avenue? Do you think the squirrel lives here? Right in the garden with us? Look, here he comes, trying to hide. He can't wait to get inside. What do you think he's doing? He's still holding that peanut. He's in the flowers. He's really bad. He's digging up bulbs. My mom is mad. So he's not holding the peanut in his mouth anymore. Now he has a tulip bulb. Did you know that squirrels will eat tulip bulbs? There he goes, up the bricks, on his claws. He still sees and eats with his paws. So we've seen the peanut, we've seen what? The tulip bulb. Now the squirrel is eating what? The bird seeds. Walking on tiptoe, tail held high, he brushes my plants as he zips by. Where is he? Oh, can't see him because he went behind the flower pot. In our window box, watching us eat, he sits on the flowers and begs for a treat. You believe he's still hungry? I open my window for some fresh air, but I forgot the screen had a tear. So there's a tear, which means there's a hole in the screen. What do you think is going to happen? Did you see the squirrel? Where'd he go? When I came back, guess what I found? That squirrel was there looking around. The squirrel got inside the house. Looks like he's playing with a ball or something. I bet he thinks it's food. So I got some nuts, ran out the door, tapped one on the sidewalk, and left a few more. So I'm going to put some peanuts out to get the squirrel out. Do you think the squirrel's going to go after those peanuts? Let's find out. Nuts to you, I shouted, loud as I could. That squirrel peeked out. I knew he would. He looked to the left. He looked to the right. He ran down the bricks and took a big bite. He ate all those nuts, then scampered away. But he'll get hungry again someday. I'll keep nuts in my pockets, 1 or 2, and when I see him, I'll say, "Nuts to you!" That's the end of our story, but in the back of the book, the author and illustrator, Lois Ehlert, has like some really cool facts about squirrels, if you wanted to learn a little bit more about them. So you can check this book out at your local library, whatever library you may go to, if you want to learn more about squirrels and the information that the author put in the back of this book. And she called it Squirrel Talk. Stay tuned for the activity portions of Storytime. Welcome back. So I have a question. Do you guys have squirrels in your neighborhood? What colors are they? Are they gray? Are they black? What about white? What about red? I'm going to show you some pictures of some squirrels. Different kinds of squirrels. So I wanted to know, had you ever seen a white squirrel? There is a white squirrel. What about a black squirrel? There is a black squirrel. What about a red squirrel? This is a American red squirrel. Here's a flying squirrel. What color is he? He's gray. I've never seen a flying squirrel in person, but I would love to see one. Then there's this squirrel. What color is he? Kind of grayish black, kind of black and gray. And this is called a Delmara fox squirrel. And squirrels kind of remind me of another animal. Kind of look just alike a little bit. So here I have a picture of a chipmunk. Do you think that's a chipmunk? No, guess what? This is actually a chipmunk look-alike, and it is called a gold-mantled ground squirrel. And look, it looks almost like a chipmunk, but it's not. That's a chipmunk. This is a different type. This is a squirrel, a different type of squirrel. Did you know it was that many squirrels? So the squirrel in the story is this gray squirrel, and I have a picture of a gray squirrel. Oh, what is in his mouth? He's eating a black walnut. Do you guys remember the squirrel in the story? What kind of things did he eat? He had peanuts. What else? Oh, he had that tulip bulb in his mouth. He ate that. He dug that up and ate it. Then there was the bird seeds. And now we see that squirrels like to eat black walnuts. Well, I'm going to show you some other things that they like to eat. Are you ready? Other than acorns. So squirrels like to eat seeds. They also like to eat berries. So these are some berries from the dogwood tree. What color are they? Bright red. They like to eat those. They also like to eat the little red seeds from the magnolia seed pod. Here's the black walnut that's in his mouth. These are hickory nuts, different types of hickory nuts. Squirrels love those. They like maple seeds too. So this is a maple seed, and inside here, this little teeny pouch, there's a little seed, and they use their paws to get the seeds out. They will eat these buckeyes, and they will eat pine cones. So I'm going to show you. You can tell a squirrel has eaten this pine cone. Kind of looks like a old corn cob, doesn't it? And they go in right here and they get the seeds out of the pine cone, and they eat acorns. I have lots of different acorns that we're going to explore in a few minutes. So we are now going to do a little science with these acorns, okay? So I have here on my tray, I actually have a teeny tiny acorn that came right from this Darlington oak. They don't get too much bigger than this. I have acorns from an overcup oak tree. Then I have some burr acorns. Are they all different? Yeah, they are all different, right? They're all different shapes, all different sizes. This one looks like hair, doesn't it? Or eyelashes. That's what it reminds me of. So they're all different, but they do all have the same thing in common. They all grow from an oak tree, okay? Have you guys ever cracked open a acorn? Well, if you've ever cracked open an acorn, you might find, sometimes you'll find a worm inside. You might find little crunched up seeds. And I also have a magnifying lens. Do you know what this tool is for? Helps you see things up close. And I have a nutcracker. So I am going to use my nutcracker to crack open some acorns. Are you ready? All right. Let's see. You ready? And for all the adults who are watching story time with your children, this is a great fine motor activity for your young ones, and they're gonna squeeze. Look at that. What do you see? Looks like dirt, doesn't it? You don't see much. Would you like to crack open a burr? Yeah, let's crack this one open. So you put it in here. This one might be hard. Oh, it didn't take much. All I did was crack the top. Gotta crack it one more time. Oh, this one's hard, guys. Oh, can't crack that one. Try this side. Huh, that one doesn't want to open. Let's try a little one. Well, we'll try this one. See if we see anything different. No, don't see anything different in there. So, you can do this at home. So the next time you guys are outside and you're taking a walk in your neighborhood or your backyard and you have an oak tree, check around on the ground to see if there's any acorns that fallen from the tree, okay? All right, guys, that's it for this week. I hope you had fun learning about squirrels. Did you learn anything new? about squirrels today? If you did, be sure to let us know. We would like to know if you learned anything new. And remember, you can do this science activity at home. Next time you're outside or you're in your backyard and you notice there's some oak trees around, check on the ground and see if there's acorns for you to pick up a few and take home or take back in your classroom and crack them open and see what you find. See you next week.